Hey you guys, it's me SpongeBob number 1 fan 2003 here, and as you can see I'm here with the super awesome SpongeBob SquarePants movie book, and this one is called Trouble at the Krusty Krab, and this book setting is actually in SpongeBob's dream, like in the beginning of the movie, like after the pirates arrive at the movie theater, and yeah, the movie was just starting, so yeah. So as you can see on the front cover, there's SpongeBob, and he has these really cool black shades, and he's holding like this really cool like suitcase, and there's like some helicopters up in the sky, and there's a lot of people at the Krusty Krab, and this book was actually adapted by Stephen Banks and illustrated by Zena Saunders, which I actually really like Zena Saunders' illustrations. She actually does a very good job. Okay, and here's the spine, and here's the back. So obviously right here is a description, and here are the other like levels right here. And here are 3 other SpongeBob SquarePants movie books that you can get, which we actually have that one right there. And obviously, just like with the other Step 2 SpongeBob books that I've reviewed, this book was recommended for children ages 5 to 7 years old. Okay, so let's get started looking at the pages that are in this book. Okay, so, there's little SpongeBob right there, and he's sort of calming down Mr. Krabs, and Mr. Krabs is, like, freaking out. And, once again, this book was adapted by Stephen Banks and illustrated by Zena Saunders. And, obviously, this is based on the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. And really quickly, this book was actually made in 2004, which is pretty dang obvious because it's from the SpongeBob SquarePants movie from 2004. Okay. So there's actually some trouble at the Krusty Krab, and there's a lot of helicopters in the sky, and there's some like people and some police surrounding the Krusty Krab. And Mr. Krabs is actually freaking out a lot, and like there's obviously something wrong, and there's a lot of people and some like news people as well. And Mr. Krabs doesn't want to tell anyone what's wrong until his manager gets there. And the manager is SpongeBob, and he looks really awesome. He has these really cool black shades, and he just arrived in this big car right here. And Mr. Krabs is very happy, and so with everyone else that SpongeBob is now here. And then SpongeBob is so famous, like someone's like taking a picture of him, and he looks so awesome. That's my favorite picture of him. So SpongeBob is asking Mr. Krabs what's wrong. So Mr. Krabs tells him that a customer wanted a Krabby Patty with cheese. And then SpongeBob asked him what went wrong, and Mr. Krabs said that the customer took a bite and there was no cheese. And Mr. Krabs actually starts to cry, and SpongeBob tells Mr. Krabs to get a hold of himself. And SpongeBob actually goes into the Krusty Krab to see what happened. And Patrick actually grabs SpongeBob by the leg, and he tries to like tell SpongeBob to not go into the Krusty Krab, but SpongeBob says to not worry because Dangerous is actually his middle name. So SpongeBob is now walking up to the door of the Krusty Krab. And everyone's worried that the world is going to end because there was no cheese on the patty, and SpongeBob is now going inside. So SpongeBob is now inside of the dark Krusty Krab, and there's a really scared fish right there. And SpongeBob has been in there for 10 seconds, and everyone is getting really worried about him, except for Patrick, who's eating ice cream. Okay. So SpongeBob is asking the fish some questions like what's his name, and the customer's name is actually Phil, and SpongeBob really likes that name. And Phil is like complaining that he can't take the Krabby Patty because there was no cheese. And SpongeBob then asks Phil if he has a family, and he does. He has a wife and some children. And SpongeBob goes into his briefcase, and he gets out the right tools for the job. And he takes out some solid gold tweezers. They look really pretty and shiny. And then SpongeBob tells Phil to say cheese, because SpongeBob actually pulls out a slice of cheese from his briefcase. And SpongeBob puts the cheese onto the Krabby Patty, and then everything is back to normal now. So Phil is now very happy with his Krabby Patty, and SpongeBob is saying, "Order up." And then SpongeBob gets a very, very big trophy for saving the day, and Phil has to obviously charge for the Krabby Patty, so it's actually $2.95 for the Krabby Patty with cheese. And everyone is very, very happy with SpongeBob, and they lift him up, and they say, "3 cheers for manager," and then there's a lot of honking sounds, and SpongeBob is wondering what is the sound coming from, like where's it coming from? And then he wakes up because it was actually his alarm clock. So it was all just a dream. And SpongeBob like tells Gary that he had that wonderful dream again, that he was the manager of the Krusty Krab and he saved the day. And yep, that's actually pretty much all for this awesome book. And then here's this advertisement for the SpongeBob SquarePants movie video game for PlayStation 2. Man, that's old. But anyways, that's all for Trouble at the Krusty Krab. I actually really super love this book. My favorite part was when SpongeBob sort of saved the day, even though it was all just a dream. And he just looks so cool with those glasses. SpongeBob does. He looks really cool with those glasses. I love that picture of him right there. It's so amazing. And I just love how cool SpongeBob is in this book, and he saves the day by giving the customer some cheese with his patty. And yeah, it was just such an amazing story. And yep, so I hope you guys enjoyed Trouble at the Krusty Krab from the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. So yeah, goodbye everybody, have a great day, and peace out.